G-Man Boxing. Do you know what I mean? Every single live he donates. I see him on other lives donating. He's got the bag on it.
Alright people, quick bit of news, just breaking for you here. Well, I say breaking, it was announced a couple of hours ago, but I'm getting to it now. It's to do with Canelo Alvarez and his next fight. So, Canelo Alvarez indicated after he lost to Dmitry Bivol that he'd be going straight into an immediate rematch. Now, normally, after a fight, especially if a fighter's lost, and they feel like, well, obviously, none of us felt Canelo done enough to win the fight, but I'm sure he obviously did. When they say things like, I want to go into the immediate rematch straight away, normally you let the dust settle, and then you kind of see where it goes from there. And today it's been announced that Canelo Alvarez has indicated that he will likely take the Gennady Golovkin Trilogy fight next, then look to rematch with Dmitry Bivol probably next year at some stage. So Canelo will be moving back down to his, I believe, more natural weight, and I believe his best weight, 168 pounds. It will be all the belts on the line. So undisputed title will be on the line at 168, down at 168, I should say, on September 17th against Trilogy. The zone pay-per-view, I would imagine. And, you know, I'll take this fight for what it is. It's the most logical next step for Canelo, in my opinion. I think going straight in with Dmitry Bivol, I just don't see that working. I think stylistically he's always going to have trouble with Dmitry Bivol. I think this version of Trilogy is certainly not the version he fought in 2017, 2018. And I think what Canelo may actually look to do, now I don't think this will really work against Bivol, but potentially, does anyone remember the lead up to the Trilogy fight? I think it was 2015 was when Trilogy, well actually, Trilogy was mandatory. And it's very rare when you see the WBC, with WBC are the only people who do this. They made Trilogy mandatory for Miguel Cotto in I want to say it was about 2015 when Miguel Cotto was the WBC middleweight champion. Obviously he lost that title to Alvarez, and then Alvarez was then mandated to fight Trilogy. Now he fought Amir Khan. There was talk of the Trilogy fight after that. Canelo obviously vacated that WBC title and went back down to 154 pounds to fight Liam Smith. He then moved up to 164.5 pounds to fight Chavez. Now, in that immediate time, Trilogy, he did what he needed to do against Kell Brook, but he got hit a lot. And then he fought Danny Jacobs in a fight that I actually think he lost that fight personally to Danny Jacobs. Very close, but I felt that Jacobs just nicked that fight. And I think that was the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I think after that, Canelo was like, I'm having this. He's regressed. I'm taking it. I think if Trilogy had beaten Danny Jacobs convincingly, probably wouldn't have taken it. I think probably. I doubt he would have. Maybe he would have. I don't know. But maybe it's going to be something like that with Dmitry Bivol. Maybe he's looking at Dmitry Bivol and thinking, right, if I see you in a fight, say next fight, whoever it may be, and I really see some chinks in your armor, I'm going in. If not, I might have another fight. I might fight Charlo. You know, I believe it's a 2-fight deal with the zone, and this will be his last fight. He can re-sign. I would imagine if he wants the Dmitry Bivol rematch, he will. He could potentially do a 1-fight deal with PBC, fight Charlo, just to maybe, you know, get another win on the record, and then go back up to 160, 175. I don't know. For Bivol, I would imagine that, honestly, I think Eddie Hearn is probably going to pull the trigger and put him in there with Joshua Buatsi. He's been talking about it, the fact that Canelo won't be taking the immediate rematch. I'd say Eddie Hearn will look to try and cash in whatever he can on Dmitry Bivol, because I can't see him being able, like, obviously Dmitry Bivol coming off the best win of his career bar none. Is he really going to put him in there with just a faded contender, you know, like I know Jean Pascal, but like he's already beat him, but you know what I mean, kind of someone like that? Or is he going to say, do you know what, I'll put him with Joshua Buatsi. He's been talking about world title for Buatsi for a while, make money. And again, if Buatsi loses, which I expect him to do, if he fights Bivol, you lost to the guy who beat Canelo. There's no shame in that. So it's not the end of the world for Buatsi. So I could see him doing that. As I said, in terms of this Triple G Trilogy fight, look, I remember when this fight first was announced back in 2017. And I mean, like, I was just, like, I could not stop thinking about that fight going into it. Stayed up for it, watched it. Triple G was unlucky not to get the nod. It was a close fight, though, don't get me wrong, but Triple G did enough to nick it. I felt Canelo won the rematch, though. I did. I won 15, won 30, and I think I had I still probably have that scorecard saved somewhere on my phone. But I felt Canelo won the second, Triple G won the first. But they were both great fights. They were. Don't think we have, maybe against Canelo it will bring the best out of Triple G, but I don't think we have that Triple G anymore. I really don't. And I think that Canelo at 168, that's his ideal weight. He's hitting plenty hard. He's full of life. He's rejuvenated at that weight. And I see Canelo, he's never going to have an easy time with Triple G, but I think he's going to have an easier time than he did in the first two. Let's put it like that. I take boxing for what it is. I've always said that. Like, I just take the sport of boxing for what it is. I love this sport. I love some of these fights. I will watch this fight. It'll probably be on our standard subscription over here in the UK and Ireland, so I can't imagine it's going to be pay-per-view. But I'll just take this fight for what it is. I'm not going to pretend it's a prime Triple G. It's not, but I will take it for what it is. I expect Canelo to win this fight, probably stop Triple G, really. I don't really want to see him stop Triple G. I love Triple G. But he probably will. Honestly, he probably will. Probably to the body. Probably take Triple G to the body. I'm not saying that Triple G is tough. So if he doesn't get stopped, it'd be a clear point loss. Well, clear. Be competitive point loss. Maybe, 8-4. Kind of that kind of fight for Canelo. Maybe a bit wider. But you know what I mean. So it looks like that's the route Canelo's going down. I'd imagine that that's his last fight for 2022. And it may be May. Honestly, it may be May next year before we see the Bivol Canelo rematch. Who knows? Do you know something? Canelo, and I wouldn't rule this out, he may just stop and think, do you know what? Why don't I wait and see who the winner of Bivol or Joe Smith versus Beterbiev is? If the winner of that looks very vulnerable, I might just decide to fight them instead. And then, I could fight Dmitry Bivol again. I'll have more. I'm always going to be the A side, but I'll have more titles, and then we'll see what happens. So, watch the space with Canelo. I'd imagine Canelo was a very prideful man. We know that, and a very mentally strong type of character. That's why I think he can come back. I don't think this loss is really going to impact him so much. Obviously he wanted to get the win, but I don't think he's going to have demons. And it wasn't like he was just outboxed. He wasn't beaten up in there. But I don't think he'll have too many demons, and I think that he'll go in, he'll fight Triple G, and then we'll see what he does from then. So wait and see. As I said, I'll take this fight for what it is. It just seems the logic. The Zone have wanted that fight for years. Like ever since Canelo signed with them, that's the fight. Do you remember it was it 2019 when Canelo fought Kovalev? Was it the Zone who said that the two fights they wanted for Canelo the most were the Triple G Trilogy fight, and I believe it might have even been Masvidal. Do you remember that Jorge Masvidal? Because at the time the Zone were just looking to get subscriptions. They weren't even doing pay-per-view at the time. They were just looking for subscriptions. And I think like Canelo wanted Kovalev, and the Zone were like, we don't really fancy that. And I think I remember that well. I remember it was the Triple G Trilogy, or it was like Masvidal or some UFC fighter. Probably, I think it was Masvidal, because I know they fought on the same night. Obviously not the same card, same night. That was the famous Kovalev lying on the couch. Remember that? That was a pain, because that was nearly a flipping 6 a.m. start here, and it was crazy. Anyway, talking all that aside, I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts on this Canelo Triple G 3. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Smash the old like button. Help your boy out for now, lads. And lads, I'll talk to you. Peace.